In the back of the
Tell me a little bit about your childhood and where you grew up at.
I was born and raised in Compton. I was a good kid until I started gangbanging. Went to YA. I got child abuse from my dad when I was younger. So I went to California Youth Authority. I stayed there for like 5 years, since I was 14 and maybe I was 13 into 18. Then when I got out, life was just, I don't know, crazy for me. I got out, went to prison a couple of times. I think I've been in almost every prison you can almost. I've been from 1 yard all the way up to the 4 yard. And when I got out, this last time I went to a church and I met a pastor. Changed my life a little bit, but not as much as I should, because I went back to prison again. And I think this time when I got out, I met the pastor that I'm with and Set Free Ministry. And at that time, I realized that you're gonna make mistakes, but you gotta get up. Own your mistakes, pray, ask God for forgiveness, and try not to make those mistakes again. You know, being in prison was hard for me. I was lonely. I didn't have nobody in there with me, so I had to do things to survive. But, you know, it taught me that you can't blame yourself for everything that happened on you, because unless you did it yourself. But the things that happened from your parents that whooped you and abused you and called you all these names when you was a kid, telling you nobody loved you, you would never be loved by no one, it sticks to you. And it sticks to you a long time. But when God, I realized with Jesus is your friend, that's your true friend. You call upon him, it makes you smile. When you say his name, I smile because I know he loved me and I love him back. But I had a rough upbringing, but I mean, I blame it on, I never did drugs before in my life. For some reason, I don't know, I never drink alcohol either. I stayed away from all that part, but I was still bad. But now, you know, I'm in this place where I need to get out my room that I'm in. I mean, it's like I don't want to get out because I don't want to make a mistake, which is understandable to some people, but then again, you're refusing to live life, or you're refusing to trust. You're refusing to trust in the Lord and saying, the Lord, you don't really have my back because I'm afraid. So you got to get out of there. You got to go out and talk to people about God. That's how you get your blessings. Not your worldly blessings, but your earthly blessings, because they're in heaven too. And keeping notes of everything you do in heaven as well. So I'm just blessed to be around the people I'm around. I know true love being around Set Free with Divine Intervention. I learned that this is a family here. We love each other. We might argue with each other, but we love each other. At the end of the day, we know how to come back and say, my fault, my mistake. Trust in God, keep praying, let's pray about it, and we'll move on.
Relationship with your dad, what kind of abuse did he put you through?
Well, my dad was an alcoholic. And before he became a pastor, he used to drink a lot. You know, he's from Watts, California. Bunny hunters, that's that. But it didn't. He just drank a lot, and my dad was abusive. He was 6'4". He was very abusive, physically and mentally. Remember, sometimes it made me put a pair of pliers in my nose and squeeze them. God is good. And I remember them things. And I remember I got a bump on my back of the head when I went to the hospital. They said I fall off my skateboard. My dad really hit me with his boot. And it was funny, it was 6 of us, and I was the only kid that got whooped. But my mama used to say because I looked like my dad, and he used to take it out on me. But you know, doing that got me these 2 strikes. Being afraid and being not able to speak up for myself, for my dad, made me go out and take it out on other people. And that's, you can't hold up anger. Once you hold up anger, it's gonna release one day. And when it releases, you can get in trouble for that. You know, I got 2 strikes. I've been in prison. I got 2 strikes. Picture not being able to do anything because you're afraid that if you do anything, you're gonna go to jail for the rest of your life. That's what being with 2 strikes mean. 2 strikes mean that you can't do anything. People might say, oh no, it might change, but I'm not living my life as it might change. I'm living my life as I got 2 strikes. And I'm not worrying about the police because I got Jesus and I believe in God. I know they're gonna help me. But like I was saying earlier, when you get abused, it makes you come to yourself. It makes you not want to trust in anybody. It makes you not want to love anybody because you feel like no one loved you. So it keeps you confined in a small space. And when you go to prison, it makes the space even smaller. So you're dealing with a lot. But I always knew God from my mom. You know, my mom always believed in God. She went to church. Even when my dad was doing that, you know, it hurts when I talk about it and I think about it, but I'm older now, so my dad has passed away. He became a pastor. He passed away from dialysis, from drinking too much. So, you know, God has his way of punishing people who mess with his children. 6 of us. And it's 3 boys and 3 girls. And I'm the only one me and my older brother, we're the only one ever been in jail before. It's like my little sister and them, you know, my dad, I guess when he whooped on me so much. But I don't know, and it hurts in my heart. It hurts. We gotta forgive, and that's the key thing. We gotta learn how to forgive. Because you cannot heal yourself unless you forgive. So you gotta learn how to forgive, and then healing will come later. But don't mean, I'm not saying, you know, sometimes I just feel like, I remember, quick story real quick. I remember when I got out of YA, I was 6'2", and my dad, I came to go see my dad, and when I walked into the house, he was like, oh, I can't hit you no more, huh? I can't be beating on you no more. And I just said, honestly, I said, Dad, I'm not a kid anymore, but I respect you because you're my father, and I'm going to leave out your house because it seemed like you want to try me, so I'm going to leave out. But he threw a boot at my head on the way walking out the door, and I remember that. And I just looked at him, and I just said, like, why? You feel? And I know I can whoop you. That's the crazy part. I know if I get over, I'll whoop you. But something just like, you know, like I say, man, we got to forgive. We got to know not to, oh, man, you got my body shaking, how hot I am right now. We got to learn how to forgive those people. You know, when my pops passed away, even today, I never went to his funeral. I never went to anything, and I blame myself for that because I feel sad sometimes when I think about it. And I know other people know what I'm talking about. You know, so that's why I said I had to get God first so I can be able to forgive him. Because right now, I love my pops. I have nothing against him. I don't feel nothing he did. But that's because I got set free. And once you get set free, you start these things really make a difference. As long as you set free, the only thing make a difference is God. So I say, if you listen to us and you like this, come down to our church. Talk to our pastor, talk to our family in this church, and you will see that we're going to love you as soon as you come to the gate, because you're going to see a smile on all of our faces when you walk in. That's our church. God bless you.